Hello guys, welcome to Ramta Solutions. Today we're going to show you 4 methods that you can use to multiply numbers, and that is without using a calculator. And of course, this is a guide for primary school, beyond and forever. So meaning even some of us at our age will still use these methods, one of them at least. Okay, we use one of them at least. So without any waste of time, let's get into it. We're going to use a for method. We're going to show you that a for method using one example where we want to find 451, okay, where we want to find 451 multiplied by 45, okay, multiplied by 45. So method one, which is the vertical column method, right, which is the vertical column method, is what most of us know, where we say this will be 451 multiplied by aligning units to units, hundreds to hundreds, tens to tens, or rather aligning by place value. This is 45. Okay, so how we do this, it'll be, we first start with 5. So we say 5 times 1, what is it? 5 times 1 is 5. What is 5 times 5? We then proceed to this. 5 times 5. What is it? It is 25. Because it's 25 and this is not the last number, we're going to write that 5 and carry the 2. Okay? Then we go to 4 times 5. What is 4 times 5? 4 times 5 is 20. But because we have carried 2, we will then add that 2 to this 20. It'll become 22. Then we then proceed to this 4. 4 times 1 is 4. We're going to write it immediately below the second number, so it'll be 4. 4 times 5 is 20, so we're going to write that 0 and carry the 2. 4 times 4 is 16, plus that 2, it'll become 18. Okay, it'll become 18. Then in this column here, we add the numbers. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. Because it's 10 and it's not the last number, I'm going to write 0 and carry that 1. 1 plus the 1 that we carried becomes 2. So our answer is simply 20,295 or 20,295. Okay, 20,295. Okay, all right. Now we're going to the second method. I hope this is the method that everybody uses, and most of us, we were taught this method in primary school. Now let's look at the second method. Remember, this is the vertical column method. Okay, now let's look at the second method. So this method is not really taught in our schools, but I mean, we all want to excel and do better in whatever that we do, you know. So this one is the Japanese method of multiplication. So remember, our number was 451. Let me put it here. 451 multiplied by 45. With this one, every number that you see represents the number of strokes. The number on the left represents vertical strokes or vertical lines, and the number on the left, on the right rather, represents horizontal strokes. So this is 451. So we will say 4. So we will write 4 strokes that are going down. Leave a space, 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And then let me maybe take them down a bit. Okay. And then we have 1. It's going to be here. This is 1. And then we have, what is this? 45. So 4 it'll be 1, 2, 3, too close, 3, 4, and then leave a space, 5. We need 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So with this one, what we're going to do, we're going to circle these intersections at the top left and the top right and the bottom right, and the bottom right, they always stand alone. Okay, they always stand alone. Thereafter, you join opposite vertices or vertices, right? So these are opposite vertices. Okay, these are opposite vertices. Let me not leave any point out. These are opposite vertices, right? This one, its opposite vertices is this one, or its opposite vertex is this one. So these are opposite vertices, right? So now with this method, the beauty of it is that when you look at it, I will show you 2 ways which can help you to derive your answer using this method. What you see, these intersections at the bottom right, they represent units, okay? While these represent tens, and these represent hundreds, or maybe let me write it here. These represent hundreds, okay? These represent hundreds, and these represent thousands, because those were hundreds. These represent thousands, okay? So you need to count the number of intersections, okay? So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can count them manually. However, I do see this is 4, 8, 12, 16. So it's 16, right? And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So this is 20. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20. All right? So this is 20, right? So what is this? This means here is 40. 20 plus 20 is 40 intersections in total. You don't have to write these inside the intersections. It's okay. I'm just writing them so you get an idea of what we're doing. Then let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right? And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 plus 4 must be 29. Right? It must be 29. Now, the units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simply 5. Right? So the method, I'm going to show you the answer to this in 2 different ways. First, I'm going to start with the units. We have 5 units. I'm going to leave it as 5. And then I'm proceeding to the tens. This is 29. Because it is not the last number, I'm going to write 9 and carry 2. Then we have 40. Because it's not the last number, I'm going to say, before that, I remember I carried 2. So it will be 40 plus that 2. It will be 42. But because it is not the last number, I have to carry the 4 and write this 2. Right? So I'm carrying the 4. Proceeding. Now we have what we have. Now we have 16 plus that 4. What will it be? It will be 20. And because it's the last number, I'm going to write this 20 as it is. Okay? I'm going to write this 20 as it is. So this is the answer that we have been getting all along. In the first method, we got this answer. Alternatively, let me show you how you can go about this. You can say you have 5 units, write them like this. You have 29 tens. So when you say 29 tens, we go into tens. A 10 will always have 1 0, but we say 29 tens. So let's just say this is 29. And then we go to hundreds. Hundreds will have 2 zeros. How many hundreds are there? 40 hundreds, right? You have 40 hundreds, right? 40 hundreds. Now, you proceed. You have, what is this? you have thousands. Thousands will be represented by 2, 3 zeros. But how many thousands do you have? You have 16,000. Okay? You have 16,000. Let's add. 5 plus 0, 0, it's 5. 9 plus, what is this? 9 plus 0, 0, it's 9. 2 plus 0, 0, it's 2. 4 plus 6, what is it? It's 10. So we will write 0 and carry 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Still, our answer is 20,295. So again, we still get our answer to be 20,295. Okay, we still get 20,295. So with this method, the beauty of it is that you do not need to know multiplication table, right? You don't need to know multiples, all right? You can just count intersections and you are good to go. That's the beauty of it. I like it. I use it when I have a piece of paper in front of me and I want to multiply numbers. Trust me, I use it. Okay? Moving on. Method 3. So method 3, we are still saying we calculate 451 multiplied by 45. So this method, it's multiplication by breaking up. Okay, it is multiplication by breaking up. So let me just remind you, this one is basically, let me use a big, let me use this color. This one, it's the column method. Okay, this one is the column method. This one, let me write it here. It's the Japanese multiplication trick. And then this one here that we're going to look at, it's multiplication by breaking up. Okay? It's multiplication by breaking up or breaking down method. Okay? This one is the breaking down method. So with this one, we're going to say we have 451 times 45. So this could be 451. We can break it down like this. It's 400 plus 50 plus 1 multiplied by 40 times, plus 5, not times. 40 plus 5. Okay? So what you're going to do now, you're going to say, I'm going to show you this in, it's basically how we do it. And then I know that for this one, I have to change the color. Right, this is what we should do. So now, what we are doing now, we will say 400, right? 400 times 40, okay, in bracket, plus 400 times 5, close the bracket, plus 50 times 40, plus 50 times 5, and then 1 times 40, plus 1 times 5, right? Plus 1 times 5. So here we have 400 times 40 will be, it'll be first and first, 100 times this, it'll be 1,000. Now 4 times 4 is 16, so this will be 16,000. Okay, this will be 16,000 plus 400 times 5. The answer must somehow be 100. I'm going to write it like this. It'll be 100, but 4 times 5 will be 20, so this will be 2,000. Plus 10 times 10, it must be 100. Okay, it must be 100. When I say 10 times 10, I'm looking at these zeros. Okay, there's only one zero. It must be 100. However, 5 times 4 is 20. So this is now 20,000. This is a trick that I use, guys. Okay, otherwise 50 times 40 is 2,000. Okay, now 10 times unit will be a 10. Now 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, again, unit times 10 is a 10. 1 times 4 is 40. Unit times unit is a unit. So 1 times 5, what is it? It's simply 5. Right? It is simply 5. Okay? So I see here we have thousands. Let's try to add them together to simplify our workings. 16 thousands plus 2,000 plus 2,000 will be 20,000. Right? It will be 20,000 plus, what are we left with? 250 plus 40 plus 5. So what do we have? We don't have any other thousand, so this is 20,000. Do we have hundreds? Yes. 200 tens? Yes. We have a 50 and a 40, so it'll be 90. And the unit here, 5. So our answer is 20,295. Okay, it is 20,295. This is the answer that we have been getting all along. So it is still 20,295. Right? Okay. Now, the fourth method, this one here. Now with the fourth method, I don't know how I should call this one. But this one, it's expanding. It's sort of an integration of breaking down, and it's an integration of breaking down column method and all this method that we've been using except the Japanese. Okay, it's basically the combination of the two. So our answer was 400, or rather our question was 451 multiplied by 45. So we are saying, using the column method, 451 multiplied by 45. So what you're going to do is this. This 5 represents a unit, all right? So you will say 1 times 5, what is it? 1 times 5 is 5. Now, this here represents a 10, all right? So it'll be 50 times 5. It'll represent 250, all right? It'll represent 250. While this represents a 100. So it'll be 400 times 5. What will it be? 400 times 5 will be 20 hundredths, what you call 2,000. All right, 20 hundredths, what you call 2,000. Let me write here the comments. Basically, this is 1 times 5, right? This and this is 50 times 5, while this is 400 times 5. Now, moving on, this value here represents tens, so it's 40. Now, 40 times 1, okay? 40 times 1, what is it? It's 40. 40 times 50, what is it? I see I'm expecting 100, right? I'm expecting 100. So, because it's 10 multiplied by 10, it will represent 100, but 5 times 4 is 20. So this then becomes 20 hundredths. Can you see that? Which you call 2 hundredths. Moving on, this one represents 100. 100 multiplied by 10. I'm expecting 1,000. So since I'm expecting 1,000, I'm going to write 3 Now, 4 times 4 is 16. Now, this is 16,000. In other words, let me show you. What I was saying was, this is 1 times 40, which is 40. And 50 times 40 is, what is 50 times 40? It is 2,000. And this one here, what is it? 400 times 40. What does it give you? It gives you 16,000. All right, it gives you 16,000. Now, what you need to do, you need to add all these, okay? You need to add all these according to place value. So units, we have 5, I see, and then tens. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then hundreds, I see we have a 2 only, and then thousands. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10. Oh, this is not the last number, so we're going to write 0 and carry that 1. 1 plus the 1 that we carried is 2. What is our answer? Our answer is simply 20,295. Okay, 20,295. Okay, so this is it, guys. These are the 4 multiplication methods that we know so far. There are others, of course, but sometimes when I look at them, they tend to be a combination of all these that I mentioned. Okay, so this is it, guys. I hope you will choose whichever method is convenient for you and for your child. Okay, now let me tell you my favorite. Okay, my favorite is this Japanese method. This one is my favorite. Why is it my favorite? It's because it does not require you to know your multiplication tables or to know the multiples. You simply count the number of intersections and you are good to go. It'll always give you your answer. Okay? This is my favorite. The Japanese method is my favorite. Why is it my favorite? It's simply because it does not require one to know multiples. Okay? And of course, this one is neat. Right? This one is neat. This one seems to be long. However, you need to know your way around multiplications. So, yeah, multiplying hundreds with tens, hundreds with thousands. For some, it's a big ask. So it's not really my favorite, but it works perfectly for smaller numbers. Okay? Even this one, it also works perfectly for smaller numbers. I like it as well because it breaks down things easier. All right? It breaks down things easier, but for smaller numbers, they will be perfect. However, method 2 is my favorite. So this is it, guys. I will see you next time. Remember to subscribe and share this video with others. So this is it, and bye-bye.